And hello. This is our next Making Things in MZ stream. We're working on an ice block puzzle. We started it 2 weeks ago. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to stream last week, but we're going to keep going on this. Let's switch over to live. My name is Nick, or Touch Fuzzy, or Touch. People call me a lot of different things. I answer to most of them as long as they're not insulting. Some of which, they can be insulting. It's fine, too. So with our intro music, we had the Groove Dungeon from the Retro and Electronic Game Music Pack. The links for it were in the chat. And let's get started. First, I'm going to go over what I did before, just very quickly. And also, of course, hello to Skepsis, hello to Wrath, and Nerd Mansion is also here. I think you were here last time. I have very bad memory. Also, my brain is on fuzz today, so it will be worse than my normal stream brain. So all this page does is check if the player is on region ID 1. And then all this does the sliding if you are on region ID 1. It also does this, which I'm going to get back to, but I'm going to... So, of course, you know, on this, the ice is all region ID 1. And then this one, it's action button, and it does this. And this determines which direction the player is facing. Then moves it, and then what it does is it checks to see if it can keep moving by checking one more in that direction. And if it can't, it turns it off. And then in this one, if you are within one of, let's say it's right here. When you're at the end and it's checking for you to press another direction, you can also hit the OK button. And if the OK button is pressed, it will do this whole thing, the same thing, and slide the ice. So, I did make a mistake last time. And I will show you what that mistake was. I think I actually said it at the end of last stream that I had made this mistake. That is... So... It's very obvious. All I have to do is hit the button and you'll see what the mistake was. Oh, it still rolls slow if it's against the thing. I forgot to have it check if... Let's cut and put it somewhere else. I think it's doing something a little weird. I don't remember it doing that last time. May need to do some changes to the way I've figured this out. So, basically... Huh. I think it's if it's sliding against a wall, it gets really weird, and I don't know why. But I also forgot to have it check if it was on region ID 1, which, oops. Oh, that's too bad, Nova. I understand. I will specifically talk at you occasionally during the stream, so that you know that I thought of you during this stream. I'm curious as to what is causing it to do that, like, slow bit. But first I'm gonna fix the other problem, which is, it slides even if they're not on a, not on ice. So, basically, it just needs to figure out if, let's see, on every loop, it just needs to check if, actually, I think what I need is a loop. Maybe. Give me just a minute while my brain processes what I did last time. Because it has been 2 weeks, and my brain, it ain't so great today. So what I did was turn everything on. And then it was the direction the player is facing. Um, what it needs to do is before this right here. Huh. Yeah. Okay, no, because this is all just making sure it's facing the right direction. And then it skips that. This all needs to be a loop, I think. All right. So what I need to do is take this whole section here and place it above this section. This only needs to be done one time. And now it will be done only one time. So first it's going to do map x blah blah blah. Then it's going to do okay, and then it checks. Okay, I see how this is going. Sorry, I know I'm not talking as much as I should because this is a stream and I have to communicate this information to you and to Nova, who will watch this later. But basically what it's doing, I'm storing my map x and y in map x and y, and then I'm storing it after each step in map x check, map x y check, and then if I haven't moved, it turns it off and stops it. What we need to do also is check and see if it's on ice before this even goes. So we need if. Or I guess first we need to check the region ID of this event. So there is probably a script call for it. I don't know exactly what it's going to be. So instead I'm going to drop it into a variable. It's called get location info. And I think, if I remember correctly, you can pull these directly now. Exclamation by character, and it's this event. Yeah. And we're going to go region ID. So first we're going to get location info, then we need to go if conditional branch, and it's if region ID event equals 1. And then all of this down here all the way down to we still need to do the check to see if it's moved. This section that moves it needs to be, or wait, is it only this step that needs to go in? I think it is. So if I put this here, but I then need this to go here. So basically, it's only going to do the step 1 movement if the region ID equals 1. So I think that's going to do it. Let's do a quick check. I have some other ideas for this, like if I had just infinite time to work on it. In fact, I may do a part 3 to this one because like I think I could organize it to where, because like before, right now I'm having it where I have to hit like doopy-doo. Okay, I think I see what's going on. What's causing it to move slow. Okay, so it does now stop, right? And also I don't think I can. Okay, no, I think I have a problem, though. I don't think I can push it at all now. So I think it needs to go at least one square, even if it's on regular. So what I need to do... So in this section up here, right after the turn, everything, right? I can do a set movement route and make it go forward one. So make sure I switch to this event and one step forward. So now... Oh, and I need to make sure it's not inside a... It needs to be even with this. So I'm thinking it's not that it's up against a wall, though, by the way, that's causing it to have that weird lag. It is when it's checking my character being on the ice at the same time. But I shouldn't... Yeah, and it's doing something weird. I shouldn't be sliding. So now, it will always go at least one space, even if it's not on a... Well, that's working. Now I just gotta figure out how to make it where the two work together and don't cause it to lag. But no, I was thinking about, like, because what I could do, which would be really cool, is if you have, like, multiple balls and you have it... The sliding not based on your movement, or not based on action, but on movement. And you could also have, for instance, if you had two balls and you could, like, say one of them is here and one of them is here, and you could, like, push this one, hit this one, it would stop, and the other one would keep going. That would be, like, really cool. And I think I know how I would do that, but it's going to take longer than I think it would be able to do on this stream, because I'm just trying to get the bare minimum, which is getting this little ball to go onto a onto some kind of thing. So let's see. What can I do in... Because what's going on is this is checking if... I think what's happening is that... Because this event is what is lagging it. It's when I'm on ice. Also, I don't want to slide when I hit, and I'm now sliding when I, like, press that button. So let's see what's going on. Yeah, I need to put some obstacles in, too. But once I event this the way I'm eventing it, because once I take off, like, the thing, it should be fine for obstacles. So I think what's happening... I need... Because, like, it's this event was not created with the concept. So, like, okay. I'm gonna, like, playtest, and I'm gonna walk through how the event was made. Because this event was one that I'm copying how Hidden One did this one. So, this one right here works on turning off when you hit... Or it doesn't turn off when you hit an obstacle. It enters into, like, a loop. And the problem is that as long as you are not against an obstacle, you will move. Which means that, for instance, this, once I start sliding that, I will start moving with it. Which is not what I want it to do. I want it to, me to stay still and it to push forward. So, what I probably need to do... Huh. I could probably catch it in a loop somewhere to keep it from moving me until I press a button again. I know what to do. I can use the existing loop. So what I can do is... Right now, it's breaking me out of this loop right here when I press the OK button, right? I think. Did I do break loop? Because as long as I don't break loop, it'll go back to waiting for a button press of direction, and it'll never move me. So all I gotta do, if I remove this break loop, I think. Let's see if that does it. I think that's correct. Probably pushing down, that's probably a good idea. But let me first check if I was correct about like removing that break loop. Uh-oh. That did some weird lag. Alright. I also need some kind of way to reset the room. Because currently the only way to reset the room is to... I know there's probably a way to do it otherwise, but... Alright, let me push it up here. So... what it should do... Huh. That's interesting. That's interesting, and I'm not sure why it's doing it this way. Wonder how long I'm going to spend today just trying to fix the bugs with what already exists. This is probably already too complicated. There's probably a simpler way to do this. I know there is, actually. Because I'm using this for something that is not real, that there's probably a script call for, but that's fine. Alright. So I want it to loop like this. Oh, I see the problem. I see the problem. I have this as an auto run. And because this is an auto run, it's messing things up. But if I have it as a parallel process, I feel like that's also going to mess things up. Because I think that the problem with having it on a parallel process is that I will be able to move. And I shouldn't be able to move while I'm sliding. Yeah, see, I can move while I'm sliding if it's a parallel process. So... I think I know what I need to do. I think. I think this would all work better if I 100% did all of it from the main event, from the auto run. Because this has to be auto run. There is a possibility also... So what if I took all of this and moved it to a different page and made that a parallel process? Because the problem is this can't be a parallel process. This is just like way more complicated than I thought it would be. Limit rock action. I haven't tried to make this yet. No help from me, just Starkey comments. It's fine. This is like actually like one of those situations where in my head, this was much simpler than it is actually to do. The reason why it's more difficult to actually do is because you're trying to run an auto run in a parallel process at the same time. The concept of having the character able to change direction on the ice. I wish there was a way to... Yeah, what I'm thinking about doing is I could... This whole section, like, let me see if I could do this. New event page. I'm wondering if I could run the whole section at the bottom. Like, cut this. So this is self switch A, and make this self switch, nope, self switch B. And then instead have this section here. New. And then go to control self switch, be on. And then switch this to and then have this turn self switch be off after the loop is broken. Control self switch be off. And have this as a parallel process. I don't know if that'll work. I could be entirely wrong. I could be doing this for nothing. But let's see. Why am I moving so slow now? Did I include some part of it that I wasn't thinking about? I'm also, you are correct. Instead of, I don't need obstacles, I just need something to keep it from... Something I can slide it onto that stops it. So that I can get some out and... Wish we could adjust plugin parameters while the game is running. Huh. Never thought about it. Yeah, we're still having the thing where it moves just really slow while we're on ice. Alright, I can, like, push it at least one even when it's not on the ice, which makes sense. Why? Okay. I'm trying to figure out, like, what... It's like, it feels like it has, like, some kind of, like, little bit of lag each time. And now, like... Alright. Also, something got messed up when I copy-pasted. Let's see what it is. Go back to events. It's like this section isn't... Oh, I was using self-switch B for something else already. Oops, 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 this should be C. That's why I messed it up. And this needs to be edit. Okay. Try that again now that I'm not trying to use self-switch B for two different things. Hey, Jack. And hello, Suligna. And, I believe in me. Not often, but I do occasionally. What's it like, occasionally just having a moment? Why is it... Okay, now it's not... Wow, it's doing something weird. I think I made... That whole idea was a mistake. Good for me. This was a mistake. This did not work correctly because I forgot this. This needs to be C. That's what the mistake was. All right. Let's see. Now that I've changed everything and fixed all of that, maybe, just maybe, it will run correctly and not do weird stuff. I am doing great, man. I am glad to hear you ask, Sir Agna. I've been working really hard on some stuff, which is always actually it's good, right? I enjoy working hard on stuff because there's a lot of neat things that y'all get to see. Some stuff next week, like already, and it's still doing the thing where it's just going so slow. Also, I can hardly move when it's going. So I'm not gonna have my normal stream next week, but that doesn't mean I won't have a stream next week. There's some special stuff going on next week. There will be some special streams for everyone to enjoy. it is trying to do a lot of stuff, and it doesn't really know what it's doing, I think. I'm starting to think that the best idea is to try to run it all from one event instead of trying to run it from multiple events. Because the problem is two events trying to do things at the same time, and I think because one's an auto run and one's a parallel process event, it's doing some odd stuff. Plus, like... But it's interesting, because I've never had lag on, like, just two events running at the same time like that. You're doing some wait until finish movements in there. Let me check and make sure I didn't I remember to turn those off everywhere. You know what? That could be right. All right. Skip if movement. That may actually, or don't wait for completion. That may be the problem. Actually, I also could probably put all right, because this was just a dumb idea. This was unnecessary, so let's just go cut. Paste. And we can delete all that, we can delete that, we can delete this whole page. Because that didn't do what I wanted it to do anyway. So let me see what happens if I remove wait for completions on a lot of these. This one step forward is... And I'm strongly thinking that that may have something to do with it. Maybe. Maybe not. Well, I'm sliding more consistently. And it's doing something when it notices I'm near another event. Okay. That made no sense. It like moved 2 spots and then stopped. And I don't know why. Yep, I 100% think that the way to go, it's doing something weird when I copy pasted it back, didn't it? All right, let's see. Okay. Okay. Oh no. Am I doing something really, really, really dumb? Am I? Okay. I think it's because they're interacting with maybe the same... Because I'm using the same variables, and it's like interacting multiple times with the same variables. I don't think that would be it. Yeah, it just doesn't feel like... I could also just put some weights in here and see if that clears it up so it's not checking it just constantly. Let's do that. Because like a few weights in a couple of areas in a in this loop, a weight shouldn't mess with the way it runs really, as long as it's not an excessively long wait. just turn down how many times I'm checking the same thing over and over again. All right, let's see. And I should be able to... So this whole thing loops, right? Let me just put a 5 frame weight up here. This has been by far one of the ones where I'm just like, I should have like done some research outside of the stream. So I don't know why it's just going one space and stopping, but the lag's gone. The weight was correct. I just needed to like stop it from like... It's like so weird. What's causing it to not keep sliding? But yeah, the weight was the correct thing to keep it from doing the lag. I was right on that. Now I need to figure out what I did that has caused this black ball to just have a little fit and not want to... It goes one space, then it slows down and just ducks out. Okay. So it has to be in this one somewhere. Alright. 2 is on. It selects the direction. Then it takes one step forward. That's correct. Get region region ID of this event. I'm dumping the map X, Max, Y. Then I check the region ID. If it's 1. So this should only happen the first time. The first time through this loop, this should happen because this control switch turns it back off. I could also just do this as 2 loops, but that's not how I'm doing it. I'm not using any script elements in this, so like I don't have to think about that. So this is correct. This will run once. It will turn this the direction the player is turning. And then that... I clicked the wrong one on that one. So it shouldn't wait for this to finish before doing that. Alright, now it's going to check. Is the region ID event of this one? This shall all repeat. Map X of this event. This, if the region ID is 1, it should move forward 1 step. Oh, I know what's happening. This one has to have wait for completion. Because what's happening is that it's like checking this immediately afterwards without waiting for this to complete. And since it hasn't moved yet, these will equal each other. So let's see if that fixes it. I see what's going on. Alright, so. Alright, so the problem is that it now works, but it's not smooth. Like, it's doing a... it's probably... Eh. Wait. Like, I need the weight in there in order to keep it from just... to make it not check this immediately. If I put a weight here instead of up here, Will it be long enough to... Will it be long enough that it will check? It will move before it checks. Maybe, maybe not. I can also increase the weight on it. As long as the wait is not long enough that, you know, it might also not. It is not long enough. It moves one. Now it's doing even more interesting stuff. This is bizarre. I see what it's doing. I know, I get exactly what is happening. I want the wait. Or I want the, this literally does have to have... I think actually what I need to do is get rid of the wait entirely. Let's see if this works. Because this has to have wait for completion on it. And what it is that little hitch in it is that wait 5 frames between each cycle. If I don't have wait, if I have wait for completion on. It's got like a little bit of hitch, but I also don't think it matters as much. Also, I don't know why it did that. That was interesting. Am I doing something in the wrong order? Let's check. Doop-a-doo. Alright. Now it's pushing one square and then just stopping if it's on the edge. So, one step forward. Let's have this have wait for completion on as well. And then... Okay. I think I know what happened there. I think removing that wait for completion will fix that too. And... It does. Alright, so as long as I don't have... I need my player and my, and the thing, like, I can have... As long as I have, like, a wait in one of them or the other, as far as, like, to keep it from happening continuously, it doesn't lag. Which is the only thing I was really concerned about, was having it lag. So I've gotten rid of the lag, which is good. Let me make absolutely sure, because it was doing it really badly on the back wall. I think I have to reset to get it where I need to go to... Alright. This is what I need. Let's give it... See, tile set B. Do you have like a... Let me just draw it. I need something to reset the puzzle so I can stop loading and unloading to reset the puzzle. So I need it also for the entire thing, so let's just put this here, and we're gonna have, like, you step in the center, and I like this better, I think. And if you step in the center, it puts the ball back where it is. Which is 7, 8. You know what? I commented... Yeah, every roll where it rolls onto the stone and then stops. You could have it just stay on the ice by determining the region ID of the next place it would slide onto, but I like it being able to slide off the ice onto the rock as well. Let's see. What was I doing? Oh yeah, this was to reset it. So this is going to be action button, and all it does... set event location. Not this event, event 2. And it's going to be there. Below characters, blah, blah, blah. That should be a pretty straightforward event, and now I should be able to... Alright, let's slide it to the back and then go. Boop. All right. That's actually a problem. I need to make sure that it goes faster than you do, because otherwise you can do like I was doing here. By pressing forward again, I was like getting it to stop me at weird locations that you shouldn't be able to stop at, right? Let me reset it to show you what I mean. So, like if it was on that back wall right there, if I hit enter and then immediately hit to the right, yeah, I was able to stop in the middle of the ice because it's moving just ever so slightly slower than me. It did it again right there where... So I need to increase its... We have it go really fast. It's gonna zoom now. There's probably a way to do it. I can throw the weights in there still and like have it do weight for not do weight for completion. But this is functional. It's not the prettiest thing I could do, but it's functional and that's good enough for me. I'm like okay with it being a little jerky on the movement for the rock, because I'm not sure how I would do it otherwise. Okay. So, the next thing I need to do is have it have a place that, you know, it wants to go. So let's give it like a... let's just draw something here. So like doop, and then we'll put maybe like a switch here. I just... there we go. That looks good. Like that. There we go. And then people can recognize. Obviously, this is not a difficult puzzle. It's just push it over here, dot, 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 and then... or you could do either way. I'm not looking to make it a difficult puzzle. I'm just... it's the same process. Like, the process of doing this is the same. It's just you'll start putting more things in or more other stuff. I do think I am going to do a part 3 on this one, though. Because I have to... I can't go, like, too incredibly long today. Because I have something I have to do this evening after I get done with this stream. But I do want to try to make it where you can hit balls into each other to make them, like push one. Like, say, for instance, you could... I don't know. Like, you could push... say, okay, like, let me draw, like, the idea. Let's say that this was here. And you could knock a ball, like, here and maybe push one to knock into it to slide it into place or something like that. It would be, like, a really neat concept to be able to do. Alright, so I'm going to do this. And so what I'm going to do is stick region ID 2. And so in the areas where I would normally check if it's on region ID 1, I will also check if it's on region ID 2. And if it's on region ID 2, it will lock in place. So, for instance, so... alright, so right here, up above it, I need a... I'm just going to copy this. This is going to sound very silly, but a lot of times I will copy something because it's easier than remembering where in the... like, I know this is just a conditional branch, but everything is so set up that I don't have to think too hard. Alright, so then I just need to turn on a switch of some sort. Control switch. Have I not used any regular switches? Done. So control switch 1, done. And then this needs a new event page. Let me, like, it's so much easier to like copy, paste event page, but don't bother with. Why does this have it switch to? I had used a switch, but then I didn't name it. Okay. So let me go back. This shouldn't be that. It should be switch 3 because it's the only one I haven't used. I mean, I've used 1 and 2, but I was dumb and didn't label them. So this was used already, so let's do 3 is done. Let's... Honestly, also 1 and 2 could have been self switches, and I could have used the I could have adjusted them from another event using the other thing. So this one needs to be control. This one 3. Okay, and this one 1. I can just delete all of this. This should be 3. And this one can be action button, have nothing, and it just doesn't move. And you can also have, you know, this unlock something else. You just need to tie something else to 3. That's all you really have to do. So it should just lock into place once it's on region ID 2. So I can like knock it back. Oh, that didn't work. I've missed. I can reset it with that. And I can slide it back. Now it's locked in place. And you can use that switch to activate a treasure chest or a door or whatever. Yeah, the lag was really easy to trigger if you didn't put any weights in your event, because basically you're just checking a whole bunch of stuff really fast. And I should have known from the beginning that I needed to. I can still reset it. Alright, so one thing is I wanted from the beginning to do this slightly differently, so I'm gonna go ahead and try this. So right now it's set to interact with the action button, right? What I really wanted to do with player touch, but the problem with doing it with player touch was I couldn't do it in this part, but I realized I could. I just did it in the wrong place. So all of this stuff up here where it's if OK button pressed, I could just not have it right here. I need it where the section where I can't pass. So if I immediately can't pass, or I don't need the if OK. Okay. So it doesn't need the if OK button is pressed. That is what I need to remove. I need to take everything out of this, put it here. Nope, I didn't take everything. I'm just checking the region jam my loop and it's lagging. Yeah, I think it's something with checking region ID continuously is doing it. And I'm curious if I'm just curious that it's doing that. I wonder if there's something I'm not paying I could figure out about doing it that okay, so let's cut that out. Put it here. And then take out the if OK button is pressed. That's unnecessary. So this, instead of having a hat check for the OK button, as soon as I can't pass, it's going to check if the reason I can't pass is because of the rock is in the way. And if it is, it's going to knock it running and then start the loop of checking direction. I think this is gonna work. All right. Yeah. So now, like when I run into it, let me reset it. I'm not like pressing any buttons. I'm just like sliding into it. When I slide into it, it bounces off. Though now I'm moving like one step further whenever I do that. And that's dangerous right there, where I push it into the wall. I'm not sure if there's something specific about the region ID check that is causing lag. I don't know why it would be that specific thing. But, I mean, you can put the weights in, so it's not that big of a deal. The only reason it was a big deal on that one was because putting the weights in it caused my checks to not work. Oh no, I'm gonna knock it into the corner. Alright, so I have to be aware of the fact that I can knock it into the corner like that. And I have to figure out what's causing... So when I hit it... So my character should stop right here, right? But it's not. I'm moving like one step forward. Alright, let's see. So it's in this somewhere. Alright, so... What am I checking? Okay, so immediately I'm doing this part where it does the... As soon as I can't move, it's checking this. But once it ends... Am I looking at the right spot of this? Okay. Where am I on this? So this is when I first start going. And then it just does this part all the way up to moving forward. The moment I can't, it then checks. I wonder if I put... Let's just check. If I put a weight here, if it does something. The thing is, I'm sure somebody like Archaea could tell me exactly why everything behaves the way it does because they know the code. Yep, putting that move. I love when I am absolutely right. You know, I was talking about how like, oh, if I put that weight in and it waits a second before checking, I'll stop right on the spot. And so the thing is, I could set up another set of... So this is going to wait for next time, because like I said, I have something to do pretty close after the stream, so I cannot stream for more than like an hour, which I'm coming up on an hour. I wish I could stream longer today, but I could not. But the week after next, because like I said, we're doing special stuff next week. The thing about that wait 5 frames, all it's doing is making it wait long enough to not check every like frame. Because like it sometimes all it does is you're cutting it into like checking at least 1/5 of the time and maybe even more than that. Because it may check more than once per frame. I'm not actually sure. I do not know the back end of the code about whether it would check every single all right, let me make sure that the another thing works, which is And also now I have to step off over this way because otherwise... Boop. Okay, so it's still like making it lock in like it should. That's good. So the other thing though with this setup, and like I can have another ball, and then I can also use the same process to have that second ball like able to hit and bounce off another one. And that's what I'm gonna do next time. Like I said, in 2 weeks, because we have a bunch of special streams next week that has to do, and you'll see. It's a big deal. We're doing a giant thing next week, but I can't tell you about all of it. But look forward to that. We will have events from oh, that's interesting. It's locked because it's on page 3. Yeah, if it's looping faster than the move, it'll check every frame, and I didn't want it to check every frame. And that, as long as you do that, you put a couple weights in there occasionally. So what this needs to do, also, since it's resetting, is turn off that. Because otherwise, when I reset it, if I had it on there, that's still locked in place because it's on this page. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed me fumbling around. That's the wrong scene. There we go. Fumbling around today. I actually did get a lot done. Fixed all the bugs with the way it was lagging, which I should have known it was going to, because Hidden One also put those the weights in there as well, and I just ignored them, which was dumb. I should have put the weights in the whole time. Fix that lag. I now have it where we bounce off of them, instead of like having the action button, and I like that a lot better. And you can do it if you set a weight on an event movement, set frequency to the highest. I have the frequency on the highest. I think it's just yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna actually look at this one a little bit through the week. But we'll be back with this one with part 3 of doing the exact same thing, but it's going to get more complicated next time because I'm gonna set it up to where we can pinball balls off of each other. It would also be cool, like, if you, like, hold on. Let me go back, because I want to talk about, like, what I think would be cool to do next time, right? So, one, having a second ball, so you can, like, knock one ball into another to knock it. Another thing I think would be cool is to have, like, maybe, like, a diagonal piece, like, here, so you could, like, hit, and it hits that corner and, like, bounces in another direction. There's a lot of really neat things you could do with this. Because all that would be like would be if it hits an event, like that kind of event, you have it change the direction of the thing that hit it, the facing. I think there's like a lot of cool stuff you can do to make a sliding puzzle on ice so much cooler than what it is, or what I've seen. I'm gonna try to do some more of that stuff. I don't know why I'm just getting really into this ice block sliding puzzle, but I am. And thank you to... No, and I didn't see Video Wizard or KV come in. Thank you both for showing up. And Sir Legna. And I know I saw, let's see, Wrath, and I saw Skepsis and Jack, and Nova, who is going to watch later because they came in, and then real life got in the way, which is unfortunate. It happens. That is actually why I can't stream more than an hour today. Real life, it's a thing, right? If only we could just not do that part. A pull mechanic so that you can unstick it. Yeah. I wouldn't want to do it on, like, the ice. Because it's weird. Like, once you start doing pull on ice, you have to wonder where your character is getting the leverage. But also, like, if you don't do pull on ice, and then you don't have it go all the way against the wall. I'm pointing to things on my map, right? So, like, I think you're right. A pull mechanic from one of the other ones would be good. And if you don't have the ice go all the way against the wall, and you only have the pull mechanic work when you're not on the ice, it still can't get stuck. So, that would be a good idea. Alright, now I'm going to do see you next time this time. And this time I'm actually going to head out. Thank you for watching me bumble around. Thank you for watching. For all of you who watch me every single time I stream, I'm doing my best to get back onto a regular schedule. So even if I'm only on for an hour, I'm still on once a week. You will actually see me twice next week. Just not doing this puzzle. I'm going to be doing some other stuff. And I hope that you all have a wonderful week. And that's it. I'm out of here before I start bumbling around and talking some more. Everyone have a nice day.